You're watching WKYT News at Noon.
Good afternoon. The news continues on WKYT, and we're hitting 12:30. Bill Bryan and Barbara Bailey reporting. State police are investigating a crash that killed a man overnight in Woodford County.
Now, it happened on Leestown Road between Midway and the Scott County line. One driver was killed. The other was rushed to the hospital. But as WKYT's Hillary Thornton reports, the coroner is having a hard time identifying the victim. She has our top story at 12:30.
At this point, there is no word if there will be any charges filed in this deadly crash that happened out here along Leestown Road yesterday evening. You can see the crime scene tape still marking that area. The investigation markings and debris left behind now visible in the daylight. This was the scene last night around 8 o'clock after Kentucky State Police say 23-year-old Ashley Ishmael crossed the center line, hitting a vehicle traveling in the opposite lane. The driver of that car was pronounced dead at the scene. Ishmael was taken to UK Hospital for what we are told are minor injuries. Meanwhile, state police continuing their investigation into why Ishmael crossed the center line.
The operator of Unit 1 was transported to UK Hospital. We are awaiting the return of blood results to see if there's any contributing factors from drugs or alcohol to this collision.
The Woodford County coroner says they are still working to track down the family of this victim so that they can make a positive identification. He says that the autopsy was conducted in Frankfort this morning. In Woodford County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Now, state police say there was a third vehicle that wrecked. They say when the driver came upon the initial crash, that person ran off the roadway to avoid it. Troopers say that was only a minor crash.
A hurricane watch is now in effect for parts of Florida as Matthew is tracking to the north. The monster hurricane hit Haiti overnight. The National Hurricane Center says Matthew will continue to have a devastating impact on that poor island, causing flash flooding and mudslides. And the hurricane is now headed to eastern Cuba. Lexington police are looking for the hit-and-run driver who killed a 21-year-old pedestrian. The crash happened just after 1 o'clock this morning at North Broadway and New Circle. The coroner says Jonathan Adams was the young man who was killed. Police say they are looking for a red Chevrolet Impala that has some damage on the passenger side.
In Pulaski County, a house fire on Kentucky 635 near Science Hill has killed an elderly man. The coroner says 86-year-old Wilton Ace Hale was overcome by smoke. The woman he lived with was able to escape the fire. She was taken to the hospital to be checked out. Now, that fire started around 5 this morning in Science Hill. The fire chief says the home is a total loss. A Kentucky man is in jail accused of killing a woman in southern Kentucky. Ethan Reed is charged with the murder of 20-year-old Kayla Hodges. The Allen County Sheriff's Office says Hodges was shot last night while on the front porch of a home. She died at the hospital. Reed was also taken to the hospital before he was taken to jail. 2 Kentucky parents are in jail this afternoon after police say they found the couple's 5 children living in filth. Christopher Adkins and Christy Jordan were arrested in Hodgenville. Police say their house was full of roaches, the toilets were unfit to use, and it was animal feces on the floors there. Both Adkins and Jordan are charged with 5 counts of endangering the welfare of a minor. Police in Hardin County are wanting to hear from anyone who may have run into a man who is now charged with impersonating an officer. Brian Palmersheim was arrested last week. He is also charged with improper use of red and blue lights. This is a picture of the SUV that police say he was driving while acting like an officer. They want to hear from anyone whom Palmersheim might have pulled over. Mike Pence and Tim Kaine will be going head-to-head in tonight's vice presidential debate. The latest CBS News poll finds 7 out of 10 voters plan to tune in. Greg Boswell reports from Farmville, Virginia.
I'm Mike Pence.
Mike Pence,
Just got to be myself.
and Tim Kaine will introduce themselves to a national audience when they take center stage at Longwood University in Virginia tonight. Both have served in government for years, but a new CBS News poll shows a majority of registered voters don't know enough to have an opinion of them.
Surprising things sometimes happen in these vice presidential debates.
Longwood political science professor Bill Harbour says the VP nominees need to sell themselves to American voters while trying to boost their running mates' low approval ratings.
Never have we seen a vice presidential debate where the two candidates have to make up more ground and deal with more problems created by the images of the two people at the top of the ticket.
And Mike Pence could spend tonight facing tough questions about the latest controversy to hit Donald Trump, his tax returns.
The businessman reportedly claimed nearly $1 billion in losses in the 90s, possibly shielding him from paying federal income taxes for years.
I have brilliantly used those laws.
What kind of genius loses $1 billion in the first place?
Hillary Clinton now leads Trump in the polls 45 to 41%. Tonight, Kaine will work to hold on to that lead, while Pence looks to move the numbers for the Trump campaign. Craig Boswell, CBS News.
Now, Clinton has 2 campaign stops in Pennsylvania today, while Donald Trump campaigns in Colorado and Arizona. You can watch the vice presidential debate tonight at 9 o'clock right here on WKYT. Investigators say it looks like no one was hurt when an explosion destroyed 2 homes in New Jersey. Some firefighters are being checked out for minor injuries. Patterson City officials say someone reported a possible gas leak this morning. They heard hissing sounds and quickly evacuated the homes before the blast. 11 people lived in the 2 homes that were destroyed. About 15 other homes were damaged by that blast.
Louisville Sluggers Field will be hosting next spring's Atlantic Coast Conference baseball tournament. It's the first time the city and Kentucky will be hosting the event. The ACC announced the relocation of several conference championships today. The decision follows its recent move to withdraw events from North Carolina over a state law limiting protections for LGBT people. The baseball tournament will be played in May at the home of the Class AAA Bats, with the University of Louisville as the host school. Well, if you're already thinking about Thanksgiving, take a look at Martha Stewart's meal kit delivery service.
Now, it's called Martha and Marley Spoon. You'll get Martha's favorite Thanksgiving recipes and ingredients in a box. But you'll have to do the slicing, dicing, and baking. The turkey dinner in a box cost $179.
I'll do the math.
That's good.
That might work out. You know?
Really?
Right. Well, what if just one flu shot could keep you immune for the rest of your life?
Researchers are working to make that happen. Coming up in Better Living.
And we have some very pleasant weather coming our way over the next few days. It's hard to get past the clouds that we have out there right now. We will. I'll break it all down coming up next for you.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Temperatures are warming up for some of us out there today, but not everybody. We got stuck under a little cloud cover, a little passing shower here in Lexington. It's one of only a few that are likely between right now and Friday. And by Friday, we have a front that drifts in here late that evening that will ignite more rain chances. Right now, 72 in Lexington, Mount Sterling 72. You go down the road, though, into Danville, where it's not raining and where it's sunny, it's 77 degrees. So much, much warmer there, and then more low and mid-70s and some upper 70s to our south and east. Here's what it looks like in Lexington right now. I promise it doesn't look like this everywhere. Some folks are seeing plenty of sunshine, and we will as well here eventually. We'll get these clouds rolling out of here. As mentioned, 72 degrees. Winds are coming in out of the south. We've got everything we need to push the temperatures up the thermometer, and we will into the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees. Here's the last little bit of that rain, and it is so light compared to what it was a little while ago. We were picking up on our sky cam, we could actually see it, but now things are beginning to calm down quite a bit. Even here. And there you see the thickest little batch of clouds is showing up from Lexington and then all the way out toward Moorhead as well. And just got a text message from Chris on the road. He's on his way back from Moorhead right now and ran into a little bit of a spotty shower there in Mount Sterling as well along Interstate 64. So certainly showing up out there. Frontal boundary, main action for us later on this week will enhance our chances for some showers and even some thunderstorms. We won't see it in our hour-by-hour run just yet, but we will see our highs getting into the upper 70s and low 80s. We'll wrap it around and go into your Wednesday. Very pleasant start with those 50s and low 60s. And how about this? Upper 70s and low 80s again on Wednesday. So some good-looking stuff around here for us. But toward the end of the week, once that front actually gets into town, it changes everything for us. First of all, we're going to watch and see the impact of Hurricane Matthew, because it's going to impact the coast. Just how much is going to be the big issue. But that front that's also going to be working against it, it will knock our temperatures down from 80 to about 58 from about Thursday to Sunday time period for highs, and those nighttime lows are going to be rather impressive and chilly as well. Let's track Matthew for you here with the actual National Hurricane Center's forecast. You can see major hurricane category 4 as it closes in on Florida, and the impacts are being felt. You see these little streamlines indicating where the wind is going to be in the color shading. That shows you. But we're also in the margin of error, so the impact may be even greater than that. And the same thing as we move up to the East Coast there into South Carolina and North Carolina as well. So very interesting to say the least to watch and see how that does impact the forecast area wide there. But in the meantime, it's a pleasure for everybody for the next few days around here as well, guys.
All right, just getting set for that change, right?
And a lot happening in that 7 day deep into it at least.
Yeah, we got it. All right, thank you very much, Jim. Oh, can living in a more prosperous area actually be good for your health? And possible progress on a universal flu vaccine.
Don Champion has details in this Better Living report.
Researchers in Canada and New York are reporting a step forward in the development of a universal flu shot. Scientists say using antibodies that can recruit white blood cells to destroy infected cells may help in making a one-time shot more effective than seasonal flu vaccines. A new study says people who live in areas of economic opportunity report fewer days of poor health. Researchers in Massachusetts found better living conditions translated to better physical and mental health overall, with people also adopting healthier behaviors. And new data on Medicare patients with blood cancer suggests high initial costs can delay access to life-saving drugs. Doctors say more than 30% of such patients are starting therapy late, more than 6 months after diagnosis. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Don Champion, CBS News, Dallas.
All right, keep it here on WKYT News. A lot more coming up. Blues, jazz, rock and roll.
Get ready for a big night to help children here in Central Kentucky. Details next.
Welcome back in. Great to have you here on WKYT. It's going to be a big night of blues, jazz, and rock and roll, and it's all to help children here in Central Kentucky. Big Brothers Big Sisters holding its first Big in the Bluegrass charity concert.
Sounds very exciting. To tell us more about it, we're joined by Big Brothers Big Sisters board member Mike Scanlon, along with Kaylin Query, the president of Lex Effect. Welcome. Glad to have you in here today.
Appreciate it very much.
Thanks.
Before we talk about the big event, Mike, tell us, update us on how things are going with the Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Really well. I've been working with them regularly now for about a year. I'm just beginning to slide out of that. We're serving more kids than we have in the last 2 or 3 years. The program's doing real well. The folks that are working for us are the best we've ever had.
When you watch the news these days, you see that the need for this mentoring, this guidance is definitely there.
You know, they've studied it real scientifically, and there's a real correlation between having a mentor that you're connected to and performing well at school, because you have this connectedness to somebody that there's some kids that just have to grow up without a connection. And when they get that connection that a big brother, big sister can provide, gives them something to look forward to, and the results are very measurable, and they're lifelong. So well, it's been a wonderful thing to be part of. And
that's why it's so careful to make sure you get that correct, that magical connection. That's why they work so hard for it.
Well, you would know. You've been around it even longer than I have, and you've seen what those connections can mean.
Well, it's a great program. And Kaylin, this sounds like a great event, different from past events.
It is a little different. We're going away from the gala dinner, and now we've got a 2-part event. We've got a VIP pre-event with a meet and greet, open bar, heavy hors d'oeuvres, and an undisclosed location. It's going to be a lot of fun, which includes tickets to our charity concert, which is going to be at Heritage Hall. We've got some blues, some rock, some jazz, Dirty Dozen Brass Band, Blind Boys of Alabama, Room Full of Blues, and maybe a couple others. And we're very excited. So it's an all-ages event. You know, different things that people can get excited about. And 100% of it goes to support Big Brothers Big Sisters. So we're very excited about that.
100%. That's 100%. Really great.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. If people want to go, again, get it on your calendar for Friday night, November 11th. And where do you get tickets? Find out more about it.
Yep, so it's actually Thursday, November 10th.
Okay.
But it is bbbs-bluegrass.org.
All right.
But if they want to come hang
out
out on Friday the 11th, they can.
Okay.
We'll take them both nights.
But it is Thursday. We want to
Thursday
reinforce
the 10th
that.
at Heritage Hall. Yep, and they can get all the information on tickets and details on the website.
All right. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having
Appreciate
us.
it.
Always good to have you.
And keep it here. Do you or someone you know have diabetes?
What you need to know next on WKYT.
Welcome back into WKYT as our noon news hour continues. It affects millions of people, and we're talking about diabetes, a real problem in Kentucky. Do you have it, or are you at risk?
Dr. Raymond Reynolds with the UK Barnstable Brown Diabetes Center, along with Penny Brooks of the American Heart Association, are here to talk more about it. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Let's start with just a very broad general question, Dr. Reynolds. What is diabetes? What goes wrong?
So I think most people know that diabetes is a disease of high blood sugar because the pancreas is unable to make enough insulin to overcome some of the resistance, or it's just not able to make any insulin at all. And I think people may be aware of things like eye disease and kidney disease and nerve disease. Probably less well known is the fact that diabetes is associated with early accelerated heart disease, and that's what people die of.
And there are two different types of diabetes. What's the difference there?
So type 1 is less common. This is what we used to call juvenile onset, juvenile diabetes, where the pancreas doesn't make any insulin and you have to have insulin to live. Type 2 is more common, and it's related to your genetics and your lifestyle and your weight, and if you sit too much and don't move. But there are other types. There's diabetes caused by drugs. There's diabetes caused by cystic fibrosis. So it's complex.
But you told us you're kind of known for little sermonettes. In other words, there are some ways to sort of take control to an extent.
It is really associated by, your lifestyle really affects how well you can control diabetes. If you tend to go to the produce section of the market and do your fruits and vegetables, or you tend to go through the drive-through and eat fast food, things like that are going to make a difference. If you tend to sit in front of the TV after you eat supper, your blood sugar is going to be higher, you're going to need more medication. So we always talk to people about trying to be active and eating a healthy diet and monitoring your blood sugar, and of course taking your medication as your doctor prescribes. Those things all help.
Penny, I think a lot of people are aware of other connections, but maybe not this connection between diabetes and heart disease.
No, that's very true. Actually, I was a little bit surprised that it was such a big factor in that people have heart attacks, and also if it goes untreated, that stroke is very likely to happen, among other serious conditions.
The Heart Association provides information about all kinds of risk factors, and now this is, as we say, known to be one of those as well.
Yes, it is. We have lots of information on our website. We actually have a free patient support network that people can go on and learn more about. It's more or less a forum where you can go on and talk to other people. So if you're interested in that, you can go to heartdoc.org/diabetes.
For help in managing the disease then. Thank you all very much. Important information. Here in Kentucky, the rate is so high.
I appreciate it very much. Before we go, we want to check weather. It's a beautiful day out there right now, and we've been told all day long, Jim, that we're going to see changes for the weekend, so enjoy it now.
I'm standing in front of the changes right now. I don't want to scare too many people too quickly yet. We'll talk about the nice stuff Tuesday, Wednesday, and into your Thursday. Of course, today we're going to see a little more sunshine this afternoon in Lexington. But look what happens this weekend. It all goes rolling downhill as we see a front blast through the area. We go from 80 on Thursday to 58 on Sunday. That is quite the chill, and maybe even frost potential into early next week, guys.
Whew, all right, hang on for the ride.
No kidding.
Thank you for joining us for WKYT News at noon. Our next newscast is coming up here at 4.
Your news is always on at WKYT.com. Have a great day.